Hello everyone, this is Just a Dad. Today I'm going to do a detailed review on the brand new Keurig K85 Essentials. This is brand new off the Walmart website for $99. I'm first going to show you the coffee maker and the milk frother, then I'm actually going to make a coffee, a latte, and a cappuccino. So the first thing you're going to notice is it's got a milk frother. It's got a base, the electricity gets to the milk frother from the base right there. And then on the right side, we've got what looks like a standard Keurig machine. We've got a single needle on top. We've got the single needle on the bottom, so be careful. When you put a K-cup in, it's going to pierce the top and the bottom all at the same time when you close the lid. So on the side of the coffee maker, the top button is a 12 ounce, then a 10 ounce, then an 8 ounce. These are coffees. Then you've got the button called shot. That's when you want to run an espresso shot using a K-cup. It's going to run 2 ounces through a standard coffee K-cup to mimic an espresso shot for lattes and cappuccinos when you use the milk frother. So it's two machines in one. It's a standard coffee maker, but it will also do an espresso shot with a coffee K-cup for your cappuccinos and lattes. It has a strong button. Now the strong button doesn't work for when you want to do a shot, but when you want to do a coffee, you can do a strong coffee, 8 ounce, 10 ounce, or 12 ounce. And we'll try that out. It just kind of delays the brew. The brew takes a little bit longer. It's got an add water light and a descale light. That descale light's going to come on after 250 brews. And then I'm going to do another separate video on how to descale this coffee maker. If you live at a high elevation, this also has high altitude mode. I'm going to do a separate video on how to put the machine into high altitude mode. So here we have the water reservoir. I really like it. It's easy to handle. You can take it on and off. Your serial number is right behind the water tank. Here's the milk frother. It's got your frothing wand down in there that's going to turn. It's going to heat the milk and froth it at the same time. There's a minimum and maximum line. And then there's only one button. It only heats the milk while it froths. There is no cold frothing. It's pretty nice. It kind of sits on this little platform like. So measurements real quick, right around 5 inches. And you can take this drip tray off and get a 7, almost a 7 1/4 to 7 1/2 travel mug in there. Okay, so first thing, we're gonna make a cappuccino, then a latte, and then we'll do the coffee. You're gonna need some milk. I like to use 2% milk, but you can use almond milk, skim milk, whole milk. The results may vary as far as how much it froths, but you can use all of those milks. Next, you're gonna need a coffee K-cup because we're gonna be doing that espresso shot using a coffee K-cup. Now, there are quite a few new coffee K-cups, like this is a Dunkin' espresso style dark roast. Now, this is a coffee K-cup. You can run 8 ounces through here and get a really nice cup of coffee, but these work really good for doing these espresso shots because when we press that shot button, it's just going to run 2 ounces of hot water through that K-cup to give us our espresso shot. And same with this cafe. These are espresso style because lattes and cappuccinos typically, to me, taste a little better when it's kind of a dark roast. Now the machine, you're going to want to froth the milk first and then brew the shot into the cup. You cannot do both at the same time. You can't brew a coffee and run the milk frother. It's either or. But you can start the milk frother and then hit the shot button. And when the frother's done, it will do the shot. But I recommend we're going to froth the milk, pour it into a container, and then brew the shot into the container. So let's take a closer look at the milk frother. So it's got this whisk. There's a little notch. It's going to sit on that notch right there. There's a minimum and a maximum line. The minimum line is about 4 ounces and the max is about 6 ounces. They say the minimum is for a cappuccino, the max is for a latte. Again, you're not supposed to get the outside of this or anything around here wet. So when you clean this, you're only supposed to kind of clean this inside. This is a non-stick surface, but the milk does, since it's being heated, if you let it sit for a little bit, the milk will stick to that and you have to really kind of scrub. So definitely take this out and give that a good scrubbing. And again, it's just got one simple button. Okay, so let's pour our milk in. Again, I'll do a cappuccino first. There's the minimum. And you're going to take it and set it on there. It can rotate around. Then the lid, it's got like a seal, put the lid on, and you're simply going to press the button. It's all automatic. It's not going to beep at you or anything when it's done. It's just going to stop frothing and the light shuts off. That's how you know when it's done. And so we can see it's frothing the milk and heating it at the same time. It's very quiet. Okay, so that took about a minute, minute and 40 seconds or so. Now there is a little lip to pour it out with. And if you wait any little bit at all, that foam doesn't want to come out very good. I waited just about 10 seconds, and see how the foam doesn't want to come out now? So as soon as that's done, pour it out. Now I like to put my glass under here, put my K-cup in, and again, you're just going to hit the shot button. That's all you're going to hit. It's going to run 2 ounces through there. Forgot to get the temperature of the milk. Now these don't end up being super hot drinks. They still will burn you, but they cool off really quick. So with the espresso shot going in there, you end up with about a 160. So that's 2 ounces of a really concentrated coffee. You've got your milk foam, and then you got your heated milk at the bottom. So in less than 3 minutes, you can have a cappuccino. Now to me, this is still pretty bitter. I like to bring in my syrups now. You can have salted caramel syrup. You can even add white chocolate, have a white chocolate mocha. This tastes really good. Add 2 tablespoons, stir it up, put some whipped cream on the top, and even a vanilla. Add about 2 or 3 tablespoons of vanilla syrup to this. It takes away all the bitterness, and it really adds a lot of flavor. And of course, you can drink it just like this. Okay, so I've got my white chocolate. I'm going to add 2 of these tablespoons of white chocolate. And then I'm going to stir it up. And again, you can add some whipped cream, drizzle some chocolate syrup over there. These taste really good. Yeah, let me give that a taste. Yeah, put some whipped cream on that. It tastes really good. Now again, these cool off really quick. So now we got to clean the milk frother. I'm going to take that whisk out, take it over to the sink, and I've got a brush. We're going to brush it and clean it really good, but we can't get any water in the bottom. And then here's our coffee K-cup. Here's how it did. Okay, so I cleaned the milk frother. I've got it filled up now to the max. Let's do a latte. Again, just press the button. It starts right away. We'll do some temperature checks along the way. Okay, so let's see how hot that milk's getting. About 94. Should be heating it up even. It should get up to about 140, I think. Okay, looks like we're about 130. Yeah, so we're at about 145, almost 150. Okay, so it's very quiet. As soon as it shuts off, pour it out. It's really creamy when you pour it out right away. See how that did much better that time. So we've got quite a bit more foam and the warm milk. So now let's brew our shot into it. I'm going to use a Dunkin' dark roast. Come over here and just hit the shot button. Starts brewing right away. And again, with this, you're going to want to add syrup. I mean, you don't have to, but I have to add syrup because it's still just a little bit bitter with this. But I love how the syrups add flavor, like a salted caramel, vanilla, or a white chocolate mocha. Again, just 2 ounces through there, through that K-cup. It's always really cool, the layers that it makes. So again, I made another latte. Here's the latte, there's the cappuccino. Add your syrups, they taste absolutely delicious. So now this is a standard coffee maker also. So let's take this K-cup out. Be careful, these can be hot. Let's do a McDonald's breakfast blend. Again, you can brew them on 10, 12. I like to do mine on 8. Let's do a strong. As soon as you press the 8, it starts brewing. It's a very fast coffee maker, very quiet. So right around 188 right now. 190, ramping up pretty quick. 192. 194. So about 194 is where it tops out at. And in less than a minute, you're gonna have a cup of coffee. Again, you can't brew coffee when the frother's working. Okay. So there's a McDonald's. That's really hot to drink right now. Smells really good. I had one earlier. The Keurig makes a very good cup of coffee. The strong brew, I think, does help just a little bit. It doesn't change the temperature or anything. It just kind of extends the brew time a little bit. So it does come with a really good quick start guide. It does have the descale instructions in there. It doesn't have much of a recipe book. I wish it had more of a recipe book to kind of help people, but I'm going to do videos on how to make white chocolate mochas and different things with this. I'm also going to do a comparison. There's also a Keurig K85 out there already. It's about $200, between $180 and $200. But this is the K85 Essentials for $100. So the biggest difference is going to be the milk frother. The K85, the more expensive one, the milk frother is so much easier to clean. You don't have that electrical connection at the bottom. This one, you know, dealing with that, it's not that big a deal, but the other one is just a little bit nicer. My verdict is this is a very capable machine of making some very good drinks. I think it looks really nice. I think it's very easy to use. And again, just when it's time to descale, check out my descale videos. Really appreciate everybody's support. If you got any questions at all, I'm going to have this coffee maker. If you've got a certain question or a certain drink you want made, leave them in the comments down below. I'll try to get to it as soon as I can. I just thank everybody so much for their support with this channel. And if you could, please like and subscribe.